Wow, the snow's really coming down out there under here, isn't it? You've lollygagged your way to Palm Swipes after a recap of the latest episode of Mom Swipes Left, a podcast with two middle-aged women who would give Mrs. Claus a real run for her money. This is episode 18 about MSL episode 157. I'm your host, Pomme de Terre. Enjoy. I am looking at boob and cock cookies because that's part of what Jen and Carol talked about their cookie swap and office party and how they'd been day drinking and were still drinking and how Jen's feet smell, how Jen mooned her boss, how Gen Z's believe birds aren't real. I don't think that's all of them. But just for some clarification for them and for me, because I always forget too, Gen Z refers to the generation that was born between 1997 and 2012, following millennials. So they are not the same thing. Lots of talk about the World War II mortar up the butt and how it didn't have a flange, although I'm not sure if a flange is what you think it is, Carol. You just mean only put something up that's tapered and will slide out easily? I would say a bullet shaped item would fit that as long as it's got a string on it. Christmas traditions quiz from the warped mind of Jennifer, who apparently just wants more traditions where children and old people and animals are beaten with sticks. That would make her happy. I can't say join me next week, although I'll be here. Next week will be a year in review for the ladies. I'm going to ask a lot of questions, but we're not going to see next week. Will Jen tamp it down? Is she able to tamp it down? Will Carol ever learn units of measure? That millimeters and, well, anything in the meters family is length. Liters are volume. Didn't they force you to take metrics when they were trying to convince us that the US was going to go metrics and never happened because it just wouldn't? Can't even get people to wear a mask. You think they're going to figure out how many kilometers per hour they can go? Will Carol beat the neighborhood children with fish heads in a sock? I would like to take some issue with the toddler in Kansas or well, no, Kentucky, I think, saying that potatoes took his toys. I did no such thing. Will Jen learn how to say Oaxaca? Will Jen become the. Now I can't pronounce it great. You're going to love that. I'll just say pooper in a living Catalonian nativity scene. Her dream job, or at least squatting and peeing. Carol might have to take on the pooping. Would pickling Jen's feet help with the stench? Will Carol be able to get those last minute sports ball tickets? Is this year worth reviewing? Or is it all just going to be the same as next year anyway? No, don't be so down in the soil, Palm. Look how nice and snowy and wintry it is. And Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat. I don't even know. Please to put a penny in an old man's hat. If you haven't got a penny, a penny will do. And if you haven't got a hay penny, then beat yourself with a stick and see if nougats come out your butt.